morning and welcome to the Friday, February 1st, 2013 Board of Examiners meeting. With the board's permission, since our guests are here to speak with us, they're scheduled actually at 9:30 and starting on time, so I'd like to move their presentation up so we don't delay them who are here, and then we can continue with our other business that we have. So that's all right. Mr. Moles, get right on up here. John, don't let me help you. I didn't just do that very fast. My mother was that right. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming today, and I'm going to turn the floor over to you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thanks again for having us.
You're always welcome to me.
To review our reason for attending as the Turnbull dealer in Tennessee and Kentucky, we've had three that I am aware of, gentlemen who are Tennessee registered land surveyors that attended Turnbull's users conference in Las Vegas this year, and in spite of the fact that I try to stay connected with the goings-on within the Tennessee surveying community since it's my livelihood, somehow or another I missed, and so did several of other people, missed the fact that unlike past years, any continuing education credits that were received at that event would need to be pre-approved. I have an example of one of our gentlemen whose company paid his way, paid for his airfare, paid for him to attend. John M. Clark of Knoxville, number 1601. And while he was there, he earned, I believe, 12 hours worth of credit. Again, no, we failed to be aware that the credits needed to be pre-approved. So when he submitted his records, he was advised that they wouldn't be accepted. So I communicated with Donna, and she put me in touch with you, Tim, and so here I communicated with Trimble, and we came just to educate the committee on the process that Trimble goes through, and so that perhaps maybe we can save our three gentlemen's credits, but at least know how we need to proceed in the future. And I'm going to turn it over.
Actually, from Trimble's standpoint, that's exactly why I'm here, to just try to understand what we can do in the future, because we hold these user conferences every couple of years, and yeah, that'd be great. So I mean, these user conferences, if we get people come in from all over the country, and of course, when people attend these events, something that's on the curriculum. So the classes are noted when you sign up, right? There's accredited classes. And the reason why the date's on there of October is because, and that was the final review that was done, there's a tremendous amount of pressure to get these classes posted because, as you can imagine, somebody's going to attend this event. They want to look over the courses, but they also want to be able to get a month out airfare and hotels to get the best rates they can. So we submit these probably 3 months before, and we try to get that final approval done about a month out before this event. And so that's what you're seeing here is this was the final approval. And I actually have an Excel spreadsheet, more than happy to share it with you, that has all of the classes. And you can actually, by course number, pull up any of the classes on John Clark or the other attendees from the state. You can actually see what the course was and the abstract percentage was thereby, etc.
If you want to send this to our board and our review here.
Yeah, I could provide that. Well, there's two things that Trimble really wanted me to find out because I'm actually a regional rep for Trimble and I work with them. So I wasn't actually on the committee at Trimble actually put this together. I was at the event, but I was not part of it. But what they wanted me to find out was the same spreadsheet that we provided next time. We provided after the jury does their review, we took that final spreadsheet and provided it to the board.
Yeah.
That then allowed people from Tennessee.
And that would be for making any state or some attendees that might be correct.
Currently, further I came from Trimble, they have provided this spreadsheet to the state. And as a matter of fact, one of the reasons why I'm here is we're very interested to know, wow, Tennessee wants pre-approval. We go in and with Bill and understand what we need to do. And they weren't even, I'm sure they're concerned about John Paul. They were, their first concern was, wow, we better get on top of this. Because what other states might do this and it could potentially have an effect on our event. We may have to post it on our dimensions registration in Tennessee and we'll be provided an approval or somehow note that we're going to do something in Tennessee because I can imagine the word might get around that you can't go to dimensions because so I mean that's what we're here for is to try to understand what we do as a company to make sure we can do
And as the representative at the dealer level, I'm like, we are like Trimble. We want to have the way smooth for the future. But I've looked at these gentlemen that I've done business with for a long time and letting them know that I did everything that I could think of to smooth this over if possible.
Well, let me address the issue if I may, commercial. A few years back, we reviewed continuing education with our advisor. This board of examiners appoints 3 individuals across the state of Tennessee as an advisory board to review continuing education, such that they determine its appropriateness to register during the course of the calendar year. And they review things, and things are good for 2 years at a time.
Yeah.
It's a 2-year window of time. Right? So if you have course A, they approve course, they recommend that this board approves course A. It's good for 2 years. Right? Now, at that time, they came before the board, and they being advisory, came before us and asked us to give them some guidelines because they were getting course about everything from everywhere. A lot of the courses were very worthwhile, a lot were not worthwhile, and as you can imagine. So one of the criteria that we set in their review was what we call sales pitch. Okay, and you gentlemen are in the business to sell equipment, services. Okay, but we had companies that were willing to sell equipment to surveyors, and would come to, for example, a local chapter meeting and talk to them for about an hour about a particular robot, for example, or a GPS or some other type of equipment. And they were trying to claim credit for actually making what we felt like at the board level a sales pitch. You know, this is blue, and it has flashing lights, and it does this and it does that, you know, and I'll let you touch it while you're here, and I'll bring it over to your office and you can use it for 2 hours, and all this kind of stuff. That is not continuing education. Granted that somebody might have to learn how to run it, but it's not continuing education. So that was our primary concern, okay? And that's also the primary red flag when a registrant sends in hours that's not been pre-approved. If it's somewhat tied to a vendor that markets equipment for our registrants, then that's that red flag, okay? Now, having said that, so you kind of understand that, you know, we're not looking at you as a bad guy. I'm just trying to answer your question and explain to you what's good and what's not. Okay. Now, let me address a couple of other issues about continuing education. The last information that I have available to me, there are only 9 states out of the 50 that do not require continuing education for land surveyors. Okay. Now, there are 26 states that allow NCAAS approval. Okay, the process there is a vendor, and you could fit into that category, would make application to NCAAS, and they would approve you as a vendor to provide continuing education. So in those 26 states, if NCAAS approved you, and there's a fee for that also. If they approved you for what you're proposing to present, then you're good in 26 states. Okay, so that's 26 out of 41 you've got to take care of if you go the NCAAS route. Okay? I'm trying to help you so that you don't have to do all the investigation and figure out, you know, how can I kill more birds with one stone. Okay. Now, for the other states, they are very much so like Tennessee. They do some level of all many various categories. Tennessee, you would need to submit at least 90 days prior to your event happens. Course syllabus with information on instructors. We have the forms and so forth on our website. You would submit. That information would come to Donna and also go to the advisory board. The advisory board then would review the courses, and then they would become pre-approved, and they would be given in Tennessee what we call a CER number. And once they have that CER number, when the applicant puts it on their form for continuing education each year to be submitted, currently the way it is right now, each year to be submitted to Donna's office, then she sees the CER number, she can check against the list, and things like that. Now, to go to where you're at today, with the 3 gentlemen you're basically petitioning for, is I feel like that you just simply need to provide us with that same base information. And once we look at it, I think that, you know, we can make our mind up as far as the response. Chances are it probably is, okay? Because I know Trimble's a very reputable company, and they certainly don't want to do anything on a national level that's less than. And I understand. And I appreciate your all's willingness to come and talk to us about it and learn. And I hope that we are being equally informative to you know that Trimble doesn't delve into multiple areas of survey education. So maybe time to time you see something, a seminar or something that has survey education that's more on a regional area level or whatever, you'll note on there someplace there'll be a little asterisk and it'll say courses are pre-approved by Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, whatever. And that tells the folks that's coming, hey, look, my state's done look at it, I'm good. You know, and I think that would be a very positive thing for Trimble when they do this particular presentation. And to the standpoint that you may even get more people to come, because then they can see right up front that it's already pre-approved.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that we're going to look at.
Right, and you don't have to fight this battle. You don't have to go, you don't have to go to Kentucky or wherever and fight the same battle individually, board for board, if you go through, the process. And I'll be glad to, provide any information to you about, how to do the NCWS or whatever you need. But,
Okay. On the surface, can I just ask this question? On the surface, of what we're doing, what Trimble's doing, going to a university and having somebody review it and say, yes, we think this. I mean, on the surface, does that sound like a procedure that would that keeps it from being a sales presentation? In other words, I'm sure Missouri looked at it too and said, yeah, we're not going to approve sales presentations. We're looking at exactly what these objectives are. I mean, on the surface, does it seem like these would be approved?
Granted, your particular brand of equipment might operate in a particular manner that brand X might not. But when you go to the university and say, hey, our equipment does this, and this is how we want to make the presentation, and this is what we're going to tell the folks that, hey, the data that goes into and comes out of our equipment is processed in this particular manner, whatever you have done with the university and what have you, without it then becoming a sales pitch, other than the fact that your brand, your course that you're gearing up here is priority specific to your particular piece of equipment.
Well, it's what they have.
Yeah, and I understand that. I mean, that's what you want to do. Be that a sales pitch or not a sales pitch, but if you have gone put this course together, and I'm just giving you my opinion, the rest of us would say so too. But I think that if you've gone to the instructors and whomever to put this thing together, I tend to think that it is an education process and not a sales pitch.
Yes,
even though it is priority specific to your equipment.
Yes, for example, this session that John took, this making it work, the presenter was a guy named Alan Ragoo. I don't know if anybody knows Alan Ragoo, but he travels quite extensively. He's not a Trimble employee.
Okay.
I would say quite a majority of the speakers are not Trimble.
The vast majority of the speakers, the presenters, were not speakers. They were either educators or practicing professionals.
But I know Alan Ragoo. Met a number of times, worked with him before, and when I read his abstract, I didn't sit in that class, but when I read his abstract, I know when he was showing his PowerPoint, it was probably Trimble gear that he was using.
That's what
to do the work that he was.
Sure.
So.
Well, and when Leica has their users conference, I'm sure this is something they're going to want to think about, because they have one on about the same rotating schedule we do. So it's good.
Probably does the same thing.
It's good that we're kind of out on the leading edge learning about this.
But I have to agree with Tim. I think that what Tim has said is, you're going to present this course in 2 years. Get your syllabus together and the information about your instructor and what's going to do it, and submit it. You get the forms offline and get it here in ample time so that our review committee, and we are not the review committee, we have a committee of surveyors that take each one of these courses and review it. And so with that, and once they come back and say, hey, this is a viable course, and let's give credit to that, and they make the recommendation to us, and it's given back to you to say yes or no.
And I know the timing here is probably going to be, if I report back to Trimble, I know the timing of the 90 days is going to be something we're going to have And because we're bringing in people from the outside to present, we go to these people and they've approached us with a topic, and we decide that, okay, this looks like a good topic, you need to put a little bit more together on this.
Well, let me.
What you present, and that's why on that date when it says final approval, that was when they finally submitted it and got it in, and it was maybe a little more than a month out before the event happened. And then since those were approved by Missouri, we posted on the website so people could pre-sign up for classes, which ones were going to get PDHs and which ones were not.
Yeah. Well, let me say this: the 90 days applies to the next time that you do the event. Okay. The situation with these three gentlemen here that have taken courses,
Right.
we're just wanting you to follow up with the data so that our reviewers can look at it and say, yeah, we can take those. Okay, that's all we're asking now. So I would think that if you had the 2-sheet syllabus for that one particular course, you probably have for all those courses.
Yes, that would
Okay.
complete
So it would be
every course.
it would just be a matter of getting that, getting our form and doing the proper attachment of the form and that information and getting that to Donna so she can get it to the advisory board. And the good thing for these three registrants here that attended is that we're in the even year in our renewal process. We always renew on the odd year. Okay? We have a 2-year window for renewal. So in the even year, they're not at any undue jeopardy if they have to wait another 2 months or something to get these approved, okay, because of just timing and paperwork and so forth, okay. Now, if this was on the odd year when they renewed, it could, in effect, the delay, in effect, would put them in an unlicensed status. Because part of our renewal process is not only fee, but continuing education. So if they, in other words, if this was January the 1st, the odd year, then, because see, we renewed the 31st of December 2013, but if this was coming off the odd year where we just renewed, these folks would not be licensed. They wouldn't be happy about that at all.
I can imagine.
If they were counting on the 12 hours.
Right, if they're counting on that to give them over.
If they had more hours than they are allowed to carry over, we're allowed to carry 15 hours over per year, then.
But at the end of the day, that's kind of the long and short of it. And I would tend to think that if you all, and Trimble's always, that I've known, has always tried to lead instead of follow. I would think that if you took that and went with it and got some of these approvals, but like I said, you do the NCAAS and you got 26 states behind you. I mean, that's pretty quick and dirty in a way.
And I don't know that they may have done that. I'm not aware of that.
But this is
So
not
something
unusual.
I'll ask
This
you
is
about.
not unusual for a national or regional format for continuing education to not have the pre-approval it should. It's not unusual.
Well, we'll work on that.
And and we understand at this board too that we just simply cannot get every course that's out there pre-approved. So, I mean, we reviewed continuing education yesterday for several applicants that had questions about it, and a lot of that education that we looked at was presented by nationally known speakers and had the appropriate, stuff, and we're familiar with that, that was okay. But we also found things that were not appropriate also. So, we're just trying to make sure that if we require a registrant to have continuing education, it's quality continuing education. It's not, underwater basket weaving by a surveyor in the woods.
Right, I agree.
Well, so as we go forward, now Fred has the database. If Donna will forward us the documentation we need to use to get these courses that are in question, and we'll get the classes that these particular gentlemen are dealing with.
Yeah, we'll only send you the data they actually need.
Okay.
We won't send you the whole.
I'm not going to send you the whole.
No, you don't need to. No, I mean, if
200
we're only
classes.
talking about, 15 courses, for example, because they had overlap or whatever. That's all we need. That's all we need.
The application's on our website,
Okay.
but if you'll call me or email me or something, I send you a list of the committee members, but it's not on the website.
Do you have a list of all the courses that the three took?
I've got the ones for Tim, for John, and I'll give you others. Yeah, we'll do it.
We'll just compile the spreadsheet, so it's just
You
those
can just
courses.
email it to us, to me, and then the committee members' email addresses are on their list, so y'all have that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank
Ladies
y'all,
and
thank
gentlemen.
y'all for coming. We appreciate your interest and concern, and I know that you're going to help us get through this. And like I say, I think on the national level, I think it'll be very, very positive for your program.
Absolutely. I mean, that's Tribble's intent too, is to put together a quality user conference. So this will help, I think, and I agree we need to post the states.
Yeah, and I think you'll find state to state will be pretty asimilar from the standpoint of being concerned about, this is a Trimble S6 robot, this button makes it do this, and that kind of thing. It's not, nobody likes it. It's education, but nobody likes it. Maybe you're manipulating data, doing a lot of other things. That's some good stuff.
Thanks.
Thank y'all very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, have a safe trip.
I have to give everybody a card, by the way. Let me do that.
Is this a sales pitch?
No, sir. That doesn't mean you're immune from it.
Oh, okay, I understand.
There's two of those.
So come March, we'll have that,
I
right?
was going to say, the vast majority of you could probably put together a nice little stack of my business cards from the 30 years I've worked out of that scoring line. So. As usual, I'm going to come up one short. No, I'll work out. Thank you.
Guys, be careful, drive safely. But the snow's still on the plateau up there, take a picture.
Yeah, they're gonna.
I got one.
Okay. All right. Good morning to Miss Sue. Sue, the gentleman over here on the other side, Mr. Kay. You haven't seen him in a while. We're really glad to have Dave today. That is wonderful. That's very good. I tell you what, let's do. Let's take a 5-minute recess and come back here, and then we'll start to address a few items on community education. And then we'll go back to our update.
Sounds like a lovely idea.
Okay, it's now 9:42. We'll reconvene. Next item on our agenda was under agenda upside down. Talk about the rules of education. The primary thing that I would like to do on our rules is the largest fill in the blank that we have left preliminary draft is relative to the number of hours that we want to try to currently our existing statute decides 15 hours. As we discussed in our last meeting, discussed in our last meeting, since we had went to biennial payment for our fees through license, we need to also change the language of the education statute, especially the hours. In other words, 30 odd years and 30 hours. So we've already made some of those changes. But I primarily wanted to address the total number of hours. I've been doing a sort of a phone canvas of surveyors in East Tennessee, and also when I run into talking about a little bit with what I seem to hear in surveyors is they would like to see a reduction, a number of listings. That's what I'm hearing. For various reasons. Also, in querying those surveyors, I found almost 100% in favor of having some type of ethics and standards that we would do, for example, on a regular basis, something like 4-hour course. But every register would have to have at least once every 4 years. Found that to be very helpful. Also, in the hour situation, spoke to them about situations where registrants are, for example, let's say 65 and been practicing for 25 or 30. What their thoughts on that? The younger surveyors I spoke to all did not want to eliminate the older surveyors, particularly the ethics standards, because of the change in the marketplace. That's the main. Yes, even though they didn't want to give anybody free ride, they were willing to consider other stuff. One surveyor, 5, 30 whatever number, folks that I talked to, and I guess I probably talked to at least 25 or 30 surveyors. Their notion is more leaning towards Cleveland. And that's not a dramatic reduction. It is.
So we could do We can, today, I guess, if you want to propose what you were talking about, reducing it to some other number in month. I could probably put together a draft of this and start moving around the department approvals. Next time we can vote on it. This is the way we want the notice to look, and we'll vote on the economic impact of it, like we have to do before we file notice next time in April. But today, if we can get it sort of the way you want it, I'll start circulating it to get some approvals on it.
Well, I've kind of been on top about this on that. Really want to hear, especially these fellows who can put over. Well, the ethics is a big part of whatever I heard. Yes, sir.
You want to go 30?
I just think that the ethics standard of practice is really a must. Because most of our complaints come from ethics and standard of practice. Every time you turn around and look, a complaint is filed, for the most part, it has to deal with ethics and standard of practice.
We keep asking people, directing people ourselves, to get them.
Well, I can say that from my friends that are on and have been on the Kentucky board, since they instituted their ethics and standards course, it's greatly reduced the problematic situations of complaints that we have.
Let's see if we.
Well, I will say one thing, you're talking about the economic impact that it might have, going from 15 to 12. The only thing that I see that, and I was asked when I went to South Middle chapter meeting in TAPS a couple of months ago, they requested that we leave the hours like they were. The convention is set up to have so many hours and pay so much to the speakers, but also the revenue is based on folks applying for hours and what have you. So if you reduce that, then the total number of hours that the revenue comes into them is also reduced for us, the organization doing the service. Well, we have been asked to reduce these things for a couple of years. We give real consideration to reducing them. I said, if we're not drastically reducing, we're coming down.
Yeah.
Coming down less than 10% on this thing. But I said, by the same token, I said, we have a lot of people looking forward to the revenue are more than happy to have to sit through 12 hours of education rather than 15.
Fill out 4 hours a day.
And if they're coming to the convention, let's them spend the rest of the time with the vendors and spend their money, I guess. Anyhow.
How many hours of ethics and standards?
Pardon me?
How many hours of ethics and standards? 4?
Every other renewal.
Every other renewal, at least once every 4 years.
So I was asking if there'd be any difficulty in tracking that. It would be every renewal. We would have to be able to figure out, because if they submitted ethics courses in ink, we'd have to be able to keep up with it, so we have a total of 4 at the end of their
It could
second.
be difficult on an individual basis because, I'm figuring how people do work their continuing education. One person's going to be at the end of the cycle, and then they're going to.
The way Kentucky does it, you take, for example, if I take my course in 2012, I can take the next one in 2016.
Right, but if we're going to tie it to a biannual renewal, potentially it could be 8 years.
Well, I realize where Rob's coming from on that, but I think it should be 9 years, within 4 years, you get. And I think that would be easier for your mom.
I think it would be much easier to monitor if it was a 2-year requirement than if it was a 4-year requirement. This is why. You can imagine, let's say John Doe took it January of 2013. I got to do it again if I was a 4-year requirement again by 2017. But his credential doesn't expire until 2015. We're only doing one. So again, not due.
That's why we're going around trying to
Right.
figure out what's not
Right.
what's happening.
So if you were going to make an ethics course a requirement, it would be easier if it were every renewal cycle, like 4 hours every 4 hours, or 2 hours every, 2 hours every
That
cycle.
way you don't have a consistent renewal.
Right. You know, every year, you're renewing, or I'm not going to renew.
There was not anything. God. Maybe 4 or 3 of them. It would just be different.
You don't want to have different instructions for every applicant, for every, everybody does this every time they renew.
24 hours if we were going to reach.
That accomplishes the same goal. It still would be 4 every 2 years, but
Yeah.
it's more incrementally. It's
Well, then what
the
we would
slow
need-
drip IV.
Then what we would need to do then is where we stipulate that the content areas that focus on survey ethics and standards of practice, we should probably say, oh, we do it. That way, one series is to our everything. Do that. That will make it simpler on the reporting side for you all.
They offer that every week.
So the objective was a cap. Just taking that off. At this particular seminar, the test board requires one meeting. So there's an ethics course for families, for our unit. That's going on. There is a board meeting there at that. And that's how emphatic they are about making sure, people that show up are on the list. They'll make thanks for what they do. Well, the other side of it is, I feel like we rush, the license. And doing so, one of their shortcomings is that
it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm gonna attend the seminar. Whether it's 15 or 24 or 30. I always attend the next one somewhere else. Obviously, it's on this board, WS seminar, or maybe get more than 15, but try to hold it than our actual practitioner. What people. So, if it's a benefit to him, and as badly as I would hate to say, hey, professional organization, may find it a hardship as far as something else that didn't keep them on. There was a time, I think, about one or two of our past conventions, I think that they offered a lot of different mediations to take any help from the state. If the time allowed, I think we would fit in about 18, 20 mediations. Just pick and choose whichever one offers not automatic. Legitimate learning experiences in education.
I have a question on
The reason being is, okay, you received your license in 2012. The year of 2012 is not required for any certification. But the year of 2013, you have certification. So when you knew you would have 15 hours, our current 15 hours in the inspection. Well, I understand that. Once you get to that first renewal, you're on course with all of the rest. It's getting to the first renewal.
That's what I'm thinking. Talking about a first 1 year period.
Okay, let's say that.
I know where you're coming from, but I still not agree with him. I think that a 1 year period, you ought to have 1.5 of them.
Right. If I take the examination in April of this year, okay, and I pass the examination, okay, I'm now a licensed clinical therapist. All right, December 31st of this year, renewal comes in, okay. I do not have to turn in any PDHs, but I have to send on some money, okay. Now, 2015, when it runs out, I have to send her 2 years of the biennial PDHs plus my money. All we're doing with that particular statement code is making sure that if a new licensee is registered in the first year of the 2-year window of renewal, they don't have to have the continuing education, but in the second year they do. That's all that's saying.
Sounds like when you pass the exam, it's where the exam is worth
Right. You get a freebie. That year's free. First year's
it. By
free.
the time you renew, you have to have 15.
Right. And basically the way we've been doing it, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you pass the October exam, or if you passed October 2012, this past exam, you do not have to have any PDHs for 13.
So actually, your license to do that.
For surveyors, you can waive CE or for appraisal teach. If you pass the exam, you don't have to take CEs the first time. That's what they do for
Well,
attorneys.
we
If
don't
you
have
pass-
set expiration dates when you get your credentials. You're automatically extended for 2 years. You can automatically go to your CE we don't have, you know, December 31st, everybody. 2 years. Grant, after today, it's like today.
So there's no forgiveness right up front for any hours. You're automatically required to do work on the appraisal side.
There's a trainee period, they have to turn in 75 hours of education to become a trainee. So that's sort of like continuing education, but just to become a trainee, they have to turn in 75 hours. And then they have 2 years. That grants them 2 years. And then they're on a new cycle, and they're going to have to do the same continuing education everyone else does, which is 28 every 2 years. So no matter when they upgrade, if they upgrade, they're on a new cycle, but it's 28 every 2 years, or as long as you want to be an appraiser. So not really a forgiveness period. Everyone does continuing education every 2 years, but the dates are not firm dates like yours, where everyone's on the same cycle, and your credential period could only be a matter of months.
Well, we pretty well always had, well, since '94 when this went in, we've had this 1 year forgiveness of the year that you're licensed.
It's that way for lawyers. Of course, we renew it every year, but the year you pass the bar exam, because the bar exam, you have next year, yeah. The next year you have to start collecting.
I'm not positive briefly, you know, and this may be because I'm reading it as a layperson, but you have to understand that more people are going to read it other people who are new. So as I'm reading it, it seems like it's not applying to that 2-year cycle.
Well, why don't we write the rule where it says, you know, something to the effect that passing the examination for 15 hours.
I think we'd be fine with that, because I understand. You know,
I
that makes
know
a
what
difference.
you mean.
That makes a difference. It makes a difference if you understand something
Right.
as you read it versus
Right.
not understanding. I understand.
If we put something in there, you know, passing the professional exam is equal to 15 PDHs, that automatically goes toward,
One cycle or half a cycle.
you know, you don't even
'Cause it's
have to
gonna-
think about it, it's automatically counts as 15 hours.
Right. It's not the first part of the phrase that's troublesome. It's that 1 year period, because you're all going on a 2-year cycle. You're changing the language to a
Yeah.
2-year cycle, and the phrase 1 year period doesn't seem to apply anymore. That's the part that I'm catching on.
Anything that says 1 year needs to go away.
Would it be probably expedient to say, in the year that the registrant passes his exam, no continuing education, whatever we call it, is required? But every year thereafter,
No continuing education will be required the year that the licensee was looking for
But
license.
Initial.
if you want to do that, you could actually move it over under hardships and conventions. That's it.
in fact, that might be the place to put it, exemption. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I'm okay with it
I mean-
being there. It's just that 1 year thing. It almost is contrary to your goal of going on to the biannual cycle. It seems to stick. It goes back to the 1 year, the 15-hour cycle, as opposed to a 30 or a 24-hour hold. And I don't want the next person to try to interpret it to go, what?
I think that's probably a good idea to move it to exemptions.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to, you know, I mean, we can take that sentence as it is and move it into exemption.
Yeah.
Probably okay. You think that's all right, Rob?
Well, I'll tweak it a little bit, because next time you see these rules, if you like what it says, then you can approve it. If you don't, then we'll make it where you do want to approve it. So we're gonna move this to rule number 9.
Paragraph 3 right here is going to be moved.
I think I know what you want to do with that, and we'll make this new sub-paragraph, new paragraph.
Well, let me ask
D.
this question while we're on section number 9. What do we want to do with the current statement we have says those are 65 years of age or older and have 25 or more years of active registration. Supporting documentation approval will be required. That is an exemption the way we have it currently. It's a new line. Do we want to eliminate that line, modify that line? If we require them to have something, it needs to go somewhere else. If we're going to leave it for them to not have something, then they can do it. That's the pattern, that language, I think, is patterned back in Mississippi. When you talk about financial impact, that's a big deal for whoever makes the answer to
Those are a bunch of old geezers.
that. It's true, and that's what I'm saying, financial.
You laugh about it. Yeah, it's David and me. So what else can you say?
Geezettes.
Do what?
We went on geezettes, dude.
No, I don't.
I know of.
I don't think so. Gizette. Our Cisco was the last one I knew.
But 1 or 2 women never even licensed to show up.
Well, Mary and Clark Young.
Yeah, she don't show up.
Well,
That Patty Williams shows up, and that other girl.
oh yeah, that's right.
And Ashley Nicole, whatever her name is. 5 or 6 names.
Patty Williams is expired.
Oh, did you?
She's what?
I've sent her letters and letters and haven't come back.
She not reading.
Oh, there was some issues right there.
There, yeah, she got this thing on this convention center and
Yeah.
couldn't produce. She may have lost her shirt and everything else. But anyway, that's beside the point. Golly, I don't know about that one. We were talking about asking those that have reached that astute age of 65, still, if they're going to practice surveying, to reduce that number from 12 to 8 or something like
Yeah,
that. Still,
that's some of the thoughts that people told me.
should
I have a question.
should that be included in that particular area, or we
No,
need to back
no,
up? It's another place.
If we don't require them to have any, then that we're exempt, we'll require them to have something, we've got to strike that.
Strike that out. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all may have addressed something I wasn't listening. But there is a law or rule 1, I can't find it right now, that says anybody who's sworn on or before January the 1st, yeah, 28. Yeah, take that out. I can find it.
It's in front of the road, on this road.
I can find it.
Don't have many
Gene
of them.
Evans used to be header, I think. I'm simple. I don't think we can do that.
I really think, I can't see any reason to reduce from 12 to 8. You practice them,
Yeah,
And you're 65, you're not going to
Yeah.
practice too much longer anyway.
probably not.
So
I don't
what-
really, yeah, I
why
don't
go
really
to
see a
the-
real rational basis.
Why go to the trouble to do all this that it's just bookwork that somebody's got bookwork.
Oh, yeah, you still gotta know what you're doing. The older you get, the easier it is to
Well, I think that's probably right.
Okay, the law. Oh, no, we can't. Yes, yes, on page 4, well, it's under page 2,
right, that we see, and do it the right thing that we want to talk about, I think, is the thing to do about it. When I meet with their board of directors, I'm going to have to find
Well, I do too. I think it would work fine.
I'll make sure
There's no reason to have to go 3 more hours.
You need 12, 24.
I'll make those changes.
Put it on our document. It looks like, started people
What up, administration, third?
Part of your comment. Right before you were, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, 11 on the 24th. Ready, count.
But still accomplish. Well, you know, if you gotta have it, you gotta have it.
I think we need more ethics. I don't know if we need more hours.
There is one other item. There's one other item that we forward. That's based on what we says active
What? Define the time than the average bear, other than those that review complaints. On anything, I've heard giving those guys credit for the time that they go over these courses. And I think, by the same token, those that review the complaints, I guess they probably ought to receive the same kind. So,
Complaint reviewers are paid. I mean, they're engaged. They're assigned, just like you're paid to do the land surveying, it's an assignment, it's an appraisal, it's an assignment.
yeah.
So I don't know if they need to give you education or something that they're paid to do. I definitely see, I don't know about the education committee, but I assume they're not paid for that, but.
Case reviewers not working. Like if they already, well, yeah.
We have. I'm not sure that I necessarily agree. If I'm participating as board member, and I'm also in a professional position, would I receive a thing as coming up here? I'm receiving paid.
Well, that's not the same thing as an expert witness. They're paying them for a service they provide to the state. We give them credit for giving education. We're not educating them, we're actually paying them for what this complaint. That's my 2 cents on that one is, experts are, we're engaged in this for something. We're not,
I understand what you're saying.
I don't know that we should also give them, like, throw in bonus credit for it. Like, it's like, I don't know, that might be, I don't know, that might be crossing a kind of moral line. Like, I don't know if I'd want to put that on, testify, hey, you're getting credit for this. And I think litigation counsel is no uncomfortable having this. They're getting compensated for it, yeah.
Okay, anything else on continuing discussion?